Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very, very warm welcome to one and all, graduates and guests, families and friends. Today is a day of celebration, of course, a rite of passage. My name is Peter Dewick. I'm the Director of Admissions and Registrar here at Royal Roads University. The university acknowledges that the campus is located on the traditional lands of the Kosopsum, or Esquimalt, and Lekwungen, or Songhees ancestors and families who have lived here for thousands of years. This land has been part of the fabric of the life of Indigenous communities long before Hatley Castle was built, and it will be long into the future. It is with gratitude that we now learn and work here, where the past, present, and future of Indigenous and non-Indigenous students, faculty, and staff come together. Now, those of us who work in my office are lucky. We were there at the beginning of your journey here at Royal Roads, listening as many of you expressed doubts about your readiness to embark on this academic path, and watching as you gathered the determination to make it happen. Then we were there again, paying careful attention as you completed every step on the way, recording your every success. And now, it's our pleasure to join you as you celebrate this accomplishment. What you have achieved is nothing short of amazing. Many of you have been balancing the demands of your educational experience alongside family responsibilities and career obligations. And that's never easy. The time has come to sit back, take a deep breath, and enjoy each moment as we celebrate you and the work you've now finished. Today marks the 44th Convocation for Royal Roads University. We are so pleased you've all been able to join us. Today is your celebration. Together we look back with pride at what you've accomplished in this phase of your academic studies. And just as importantly, we look ahead with hope, knowing that you have plans to use your newly enriched potential to create positive change in the world around us. Before we begin, I have a few points just to share with you. First, on your way into the theater, you should have received a convocation program. This includes the order of this afternoon's ceremony and the names of this fall's graduates. Second, in just a few moments, you will hear the strains of bagpipes announcing the procession of the academic platform party. I will ask you at that time to rise just before the piper enters the theater. Meanwhile, as usual, please ensure that all cell phones and other electronic devices are turned off for the duration of the ceremony. And finally, we ask that you remain at your seats for the duration of the proceedings. Please do not block the aisles, as of course our graduates will use these to access the stage. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain at your seats for the procession of the academic platform party. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join in the singing of our Canadian national anthem, led by Ms. Andrea Paddock.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Andrea. I'm now pleased to invite Asmanahai Antoine, Nuchalnath Toquat Nation, and our Indigenous Education and Student Services Manager to provide us with a welcome to the ancestral lands to begin our ceremony.
Thank you, Peter. Please be seated. Board of Governors, executive members, dean, faculty, staff, graduates, family and friends, I am so grateful to be here today. Let's begin our afternoon by acknowledging we are on the traditional lands of Kosapsan Esquimalt Nation. Let's acknowledge Hereditary Chief Edward Thomas, and also acknowledge the passing of his father, late Hereditary Chief Andy Thomas. Let's also acknowledge Lekwungen Songhees Nation and elected Chief Ron Sam. I am full of gratitude and stand here with humbleness that they trust that I'm able to provide welcomes on their behalf, and congratulations to the graduates on all of your education success. I was downstairs with all of my Railroads University faculty before coming up here, and I am really just want to take a moment and congratulate and then also just acknowledge also President Dr. Alan Cahoon for all of your friendship over the past 5 years that I've known you. I'm really, really grateful you've come into my life. Congratulations. I know this is your last convocation as president, but I look forward to seeing you still in classrooms. Yes, let's give him a hand. Congratulations to the honorary degree recipients. My name is Manahai, means caring for precious ones. It comes from my late mother, Vera Thompson's family from Toquat Nation. My last name, Antoine, comes from my late father, Eugene Antoine, from Saika's Nation. I'm from Carrier-Sakani lands, but I've been residing in Lekwungen and Kosapsan traditional lands now for over 20 years. As manager of Indigenous Education and Student Services, I am grateful that my Railroads University family acknowledges a small sign of reconciliation by beginning our ceremonies in a really special way. So thank you for allowing me to do this. Congratulations to all you graduates out there. I can't see you, but I can see the big smiles there. Congratulations. Stay strong, stay beautiful.
We are grateful to Asmanahai for joining us today. Thank you. Haichka. It's now my pleasure to introduce our academic platform party, and I'll ask each to rise briefly as I call out their names. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chancellor of Royal Roads University and Chair of the University's Board of Governors, Ms. Kathleen Burney. The President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Alan Cahoon. Our honorary degree recipient this afternoon, Dr. W. Lynn Tanner. The Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Cheryl Eason. The Vice President Academic and Provost, Dr. Steve Grundy. The Vice President Communications and Advancement, Ms. Catherine Harold. The Vice President Research, International Marketing and Business Development, Dr. Pedro Marquez. The Associate Vice President, Student and Academic Services, Ms. Roberta Mason. The Dean of the Faculty of Management, Dr. William Holmes. The former Chancellor and Chair of the Board of Governors, Dr. Peter Mikason. Members of our Board of Governors joining us today, Ms. Cindy Brar. Vice Admiral retired Bruce Donaldson. Mr. Doug Kobayashi. Ms. Nadine Penelegan. And we have with us today members of the university's faculty, and I ask them all now to rise and be recognized. Now I call upon our Chancellor, Ms. Kathleen Burney, for her opening remarks.
Hello, everyone. Hello, graduates. I hope you all enjoy your place in the sun today because you sure do deserve it. Today, you're not going to get a long speech from me on some dry, serious topic. The students in particular have had enough of those. Instead, I'm going to read a poem to you from Victoria's Poet Laureate, whose name is Yvonne Blommer. The poem is about something that is bound to remind you of Royal Roads whenever you hear or see it. Yow, yow, yow. To my untrained ear, longing, a creature more green, blue, under feathers orange than any kimono-clad or 18th century dandy in riding gear. What I hear, wind in grass, insects, chirping birds, and in the distance, constant coo of dove, sets me on a quiet road in Royal Roads and recalls the clack and click of tire treads and gears, bicycle pulling my shadow like a many-eyed tail. The peacock carries everything on his back. Train sweeps and marks his path. Fan shades the blue-green neck and white-striped face, and the eyes, the eyes, the eyes. What does it want out of life? More than vanity, by which I mean fleeting breath, mist, the devil in its cry and Christ in its flesh, all the way to Solomon who brought them to Israel, and Islamic lore where the peahen led Satan to the Garden of Eden. My untrained ears longing for this creature, more green, blue, under feathers orange. The peacock carries everything on his back. Train sweeps and marks his path. Fan vibrates. Perched on a branch now on a leafless skeleton of tree, posing there, I think, or how the wind lifts the tail and eases the pressure somewhere between the wings. Lower back pain, I might say, bicycle and road conveying me to Victoria, which is a long way away. Wild bird, I wait all day to see you fly with that yow, yow. All your beauty. My helmet is purple and does nothing for me. Now, I've taken a few liberties with the words of that poem to make it a little more relevant to Royal Roads. The title of it is Added Beauty. And I'd like to thank you for coming today and hope that all your memories of your time at Royal Roads University are good ones. Thank you.
I think that should be a requirement for anybody that graduates at Royal Roads to be able to imitate the peacock. So, Chancellor, your demonstration of that capacity, we really appreciate. Good afternoon, everybody. Not many people here this afternoon, is that what you're saying? Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, Listen, this is a celebration. Asma, thank you very much for your kind welcome and your instructions with respect to context and how important it is to recognize that we are on the lands of the Kosamson and Lekwungen-speaking people, and recognize that they've given us the privilege of studying and living and working on this beautiful land. It's part of the thing that makes Royal Road special, the fact that we have this gathering place that we have the privilege of studying on, and that site, that place is really a part of our learning, how we learn and what we learn. So it's important to be reminded of that, and I thank you for that. You know, 23 years ago, the founders of Royal Road University had a vision to create a university that was different than what was available and what was expected and what was traditional in terms of universities. They wanted a university that was more relevant, more demand-based, an institution that served the members of its community and responded in that way. We have great institutions, and they simply just didn't want another pale imitation of what already existed. They challenged us with education that would be relevant to the workplace, education that would change people, education that was convenient to people as they worked and studied. You're products of that kind of vision of a university. They invited us and you to create a new type of university. And today we're going to celebrate the achievements that you've had under that kind of context. Remember, from the time that you wrote your first application to attend Royal Roads, to your nights on campus, to the pleasant sounds of peacocks at 3 o'clock in the morning, or wherever that was, to now in terms of those experiences you had working with your cohort, struggling to get assignments done, trying to make sense of new information, all of that within the context of your experience, where you came from, what your motivation was, and what you intended to do with it. While you're on your path of personal and academic learning, we, the staff and faculty, learn from you as well. Today, we are proud to recognize your achievements and confirm the credentials on more than 860 graduates in the Faculty of Management, the Faculty of Social and Applied Sciences, and the College of Interdisciplinary Studies. We see the visionary work that shapes the future of this university and the wider society from our graduates, from the work that you do and the contributions that you make. Today, for example, the Governor General Gold Medalist, Jason Alsop, who won the award for his thesis, which evaluated Haida employment and economic opportunities in the Gwaii-Haanas agreement. Jason's research found the promise of employment for Haida on the protected archipelago of islands has not been met due to many barriers that he identified. He's working with the Parks Management Board to create solutions and to bring more Haida to work on the islands that are part of their traditional birthright. Knowledge that helps people, that changes community. Masters of Arts and Leadership Health graduate Carolyn Brandley is the winner of the Eric C. Douglas Center for Entrepreneurial Studies Scholarship, which is awarded to students who uses business ideas to solve important social issues. She won for creating a venture which seeks to radically improve the quality of life for people with dementia and their loved ones who care for them. The venture, called New Hope, provides customized, on-demand recreation and support services, taking knowledge, applying it to the community on critical issues that we face. Convocation marks a time for all of us to reflect on our path. From the early days, Royal Roads wanted to open the doors of education to courageous people who could make positive changes in their lives, and as a result of that learning, change the world around them. We wanted to create an environment, inclusive environment, that not only accepts but embraces students' life experiences, not that they sit and listen to what I would, as a professor, tell them, but something that would challenge them to think and help them learn about how life, how information, how knowledge could help them personally and professionally and in their communities. To do this, we actually had to dismantle some of the traditional beliefs about what education was, and the fact that much of what we taught was a privilege of the academy that benefited few, but excluded many. And we confirmed that Royal Roads is a different university, and we're proud of that. More relevant to the world we live in, more responsive to the needs of our learners, and accepting the change in this journey that we've been part of for the past 23 years. I imagine for our graduates this afternoon, they're thinking about, so what is it that I've learned that I will now use in terms of where I'm going from here? From Royal Road's standpoint, after 23 years, we're kind of asking the question, are we there yet? Have we met the vision that we were created for? What else have we got to work on? What more can we do to create the inclusive learning environment that we were aiming for at the beginning? We know from research by Royal Roads faculty and by colleagues throughout the academia that inclusion and diversity strengthens institutions and society. Diverse viewpoints allow us to see strategies and solutions we may miss if the university is a place where everyone comes from the same backgrounds and same circumstances. In fact, British Columbia and Canada and the global society can be stronger and more resilient the more we are inclusive and respectful of difference and others. We continue to learn to listen more intentionally to what our Indigenous community members and partners have to say, and we strive to foster the best possible environment for reconciliation to flourish. We're putting that into action in a number of ways as a university, including the partnership with the First Nations Technology Council and the Kitsilah's First Nations deliver programs right in Indigenous students' home community, taking what we do in our educational model and providing that value in the communities in which those Indigenous people live. We also signed in a historic agreement with the Songhees Nation related to the Royal Roads property, which may become part of the Songhees' future treaty settlement lands, and we've reached out equally to the Esquimalt Nation to do the same. We recently saw our commitment to global cross-cultural understanding take solid form when we opened the Sherman Gen building at Royal Roads University, and I hope you've had a chance, those of you that have come back, to see that building. It is really a dynamic space for learning, teaching, and interaction. Dr. Sherman Gen is a longtime friend of Royal Roads. He has committed his career to the importance of learning and working with people from a diverse cultural background. His conviction to shared principles is so deeply rooted that Dr. Gen generously donated $7 million to the building, which now bears his name, to create a place where international and intercultural understanding can grow and to thrive. Diversity, however, is not just about cultures. It touches us in many ways. It's how we are different from each other, how those viewpoints, varied viewpoints, and experiences of life can be expressed. At Royal Roads, we take our diversity statement to heart, yet we acknowledge that we have ways to go. For example, do women advance as far and as fast as men inside our organizations? Do LGBTQ and racialized faculty, staff, and students feel safe, included, and equal on campus? We know we are on an important journey, and we have not yet arrived at this fully inclusive place. We understand that diversity means inviting people to the party, or the meeting, or the conference. Inclusion is actually asking them to dance, or to participate, or to partake. And equality is recognizing it's also their party. We know education is personally transformative. Every one of us has experienced or witnessed the power of education to change individual lives. The graduates this afternoon have have experienced that opportunity where knowledge has the opportunity to impact where they go from here. Education is empowerment, and that begins with discovering not only who we are, but who we could become when we are free to explore our potential, free of discrimination. Lifelong learning creates new ideas, creates critical thinkers, creates change makers, and is the #1 enemy of bigotry, xenophobia, and the antidote for inequality. We learn from recognizing and accepting different views, different perspectives, valuing different experiences and practice. We learn when we move outside our comfort zone. But none of this can happen until we dismantle the structures and implicit bias that insulate us from experience, values, and opinions of others. From my point of view, universities have a critical role to support equality, diversity, and inclusion in our lives, in our institutions, in our communities, and in our nations now more than we've had, certainly in my time. I think we owe it to the public that supports our colleges and universities to do more than just talk, or worse, just be silent. As proponents of critical thinking, we need to turn our lens back to our own organizations, our own lives, and ask ourselves, what can we do better? It's more than rhetoric, more than just words. It's what we do. During these challenging times, we need motivated people who care and know how to put ideas into action more than ever before. The proof of the Royal Roads vision that our founders had 23 years ago is in all of you and what you do with what you've learned now and in the future. We look to you to take your learning further, to tap into that original vision and the motivation that kept you going as you earned your credentials, and make a difference. We need that. Congratulations. Thank you for graduating and attending at Royal Roads. Haichka, CM.
Thank you, Mr. President. Time has come to hear greetings from the Government of British Columbia. The Honorable Melanie Mark, Minister of Advanced Education, Skills and Training, sends her regrets and asks me to pass along the following message. Good afternoon. Congratulations to all of today's graduates from the Faculty of Management, the Faculty of Social and Applied Sciences, and the College of Interdisciplinary Studies. I wish I could be with you in person on this exciting day. Following protocol, I would like to acknowledge that this 44th Convocation ceremony is taking place on the unceded territory of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. Royal Roads University is truly a unique place to study. By learning at one of British Columbia's top educational destinations, you have the skills to solve real-world problems that impact people and communities throughout British Columbia. It takes an incredible amount of dedication and sacrifice to get to where you are, and I applaud your achievements. You are the change makers we need to build the very best British Columbia and elsewhere. Congratulations and keep shining. And that's signed sincerely, Melanie Mark. Madam Chancellor.
Today we are pleased to present the Honorary Doctor of Laws degree. I now call on Dr. William Holmes to introduce the recipient, Dr. Lynn Tanner.
Good afternoon. Dr. Lynn Tanner is a dynamic entrepreneur with a passion for learning and continuous personal development. Dr. Tanner has been committed to transferring knowledge into practice through his consulting firm. First, working with clients like Boeing's aerospace division, Knight Ridder Newspapers, and General Electric. He eventually focused his efforts on helping Canadian business leaders to achieve success. First introduced to the power of peer advisory in the United States, Tanner was inspired to support Canadian entrepreneurs through professional learning opportunities. In 1985, he founded the Executive Committee, or TEC Canada. TEC is the country's first organization to offer peer-based executive business development and support for Canada's senior executives. Under Dr. Tanner's leadership, TEC now operates in 13 cities, from Victoria to Halifax, with more than 80 groups and 900 active members. Dr. Tanner is committed to improving organizational practices in his role as TEC Executive Chairman. In 2010, he founded the Tanner Lecture Series on Ethics, Citizenship, and Public Responsibility at Syracuse University. The lecture series invites leaders in various fields to discuss provocative and challenging topics, such as what it means to be an ethical citizen and the demands of public responsibility. For his commitment to transforming Canadian business practice and solving professional challenges through mentorship, and for his contribution to knowledge sharing in education and in business, I am pleased to present Dr. Lynn Tanner for the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Madam Chancellor.
Dr. Tanner. Gee, that sounds pretty good. Let's say that again. Dr. Tanner. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Royal Roads University Act, and in accordance with the recommendation of the Board of Governors of Royal Roads University, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and all of the rights, privileges, and honors thereto. Dr. Tanner will now be hooded by Dr. Steve Grundy, Vice President of Academic and Provo. Dr. Alan Cahoon will now present Dr. Tanner with his degree.
So then this just proves that it's there. Thank you.
Congratulations. And it's my great pleasure to now call upon Dr. Tanner to present the Convocation address.
What a pleasure to be here. I tend to get a bit passionate about subjects and life, but I did do one thing. I put on my penguin tie so that in fact they could come out and play with all of you as you celebrate what you've accomplished. You know, life's a very, very fragile thread that we are privileged to have hold of when we're here on this earth. And it's an amazing process as we unwind and follow that thread through our lives. So you have now, and I want you to know that I went back to get my PhD with 3 children. And I have some understanding of what it means to work and acquire that degree and process in a strange and mysterious thing called the academic learning community. You've been engaged in what I regard as the journey into self. Congratulations for your bravery to do so. What do I mean by that? What is the self? And how did you get yourself? And where does it lead you? Do you have a conversation with it? I've spent years attempting to merge practice and theory, in the public and the private sector. I'm going to take a few minutes and just talk a little bit about the concept of yourself. It really deals with the whole issue of who you are, the energy and clarity with which you pursue your lives. First of all, some people that you'll meet in life will be mostly other-directed. They'll have their definition of who they are from the things outside themselves. Their school, their religion, their friends, their peers. That other-directedness affects all of us, including myself. The people who I find are the real leaders and advance our society are primarily inner-directed. They have values and norms. They have a self-understanding. They have consciously acquired an understanding as to why they believe something, where they are going, what their momentum looks like, and how do they charge themselves up. And you have persevered in that process to get your degrees. And I honor you for that. There are a lot of people who run on automatic and aren't really aware of their self and the dimensions of their self. It's a very serious internal process of self-inquiry. As you are in a class, and I recall some of the first times that I really kind of got hold of that concept for myself. You basically are facing yourself with yourself. Now, what does that mean? It means that you are really forced to acquire a clarity to mature and to build a persona that you are conscious of, that in fact you have presence that you are able to convey to your family, to your friends, to your business associates, and if you desire to be a manager or leader, to the people who work for you. So I have spent 35 years building a company with my own capital. And I want to distill for you some of the things that I have learned from that. I also spent 10 years as a professor and also other time in New York as a financial analyst, as a senior analyst, and a manager of several countries overseas. So I have seen organizations in various stripes, and I've been an employee. I've also been an owner. I have also counseled premiers and other political leaders. You have been inspired to follow your dream. There's an old saying in business that if you can't see it, you can't have it. Now you think about the people who have created companies. What has powered them to put their own money on the table and to pursue their life around a dream that they have pulled out of whole cloth or out of the air? That goal requires a shift of energy and heart. It sustains you when you think that you don't have what it takes to get a good grade on that test, or to write that paper, or to actually go through all of the hoops that are required to deal with maybe another job, children, relationships, and at the same time stay true to the pursuit of your dream. I look at these mesas, and these mesas are very important symbols because the power of leadership and wisdom and fortitude and a continuance of energy that maintains momentum around abstract concepts like citizenship are embodied in the symbolism of the mace. As a leader and as someone who may be building a company, you have on your shoulders, whether you're a woman or a man, the lives and hopes and dreams of other people. And I'm speaking to you today with an expectation that you will be future leaders or are already in that role. The mace also represents a framework that has been materially unique in the sense that in Western democracies, it symbolizes something that is called citizenship. And you basically have a responsibility and a privilege as a citizen of this country, Canada. What does that mean? So it's been a passion of mine for a long time, and I've been privileged to go back to my graduate school, the Maxwell School, and set up this speakership. That process of citizenship has an implicit framework of responsibility. Yesterday in America, they voted. We'll be seeing votes in Canada shortly. As a citizen of this nation, it gives you the opportunity to experience the safety that we experience right now. It is a framework that has overridden frameworks like tribe and clan, that has allowed a pluralism and a multiculturalism to live in harmony within the boundaries of Western nations. You carry that mantle as a citizen with your passport, that mantle of responsibility to give and build your community, to give and build a culture as a leader. It's always amazing, and you might watch it as a company changes CEO. The culture in that organization has been built by the people who led it, by their values, by the way they treated people, by the way they included people. Now, where did that awareness come from that allowed them to build a culture that makes people trust and commit their lives and the lives and futures of their children to the organization that they may be getting their paycheck from? This is a mysterious quality in citizenship and leadership that is symbolized by these maces. I hope that you will take time to understand this unique dimension of the self. When you are observing in life, you will see people walk into a room, and suddenly there will be attention. There's a gravitas to an individual. There is an energy. There is clarity of speech. They are able to talk about why they believe what they believe, or to talk about where they're going. and inviting you to join that journey. And as an employee of an organization, both private and public, you have engaged yourself in the lives of your family in that pursuit. As future leaders of Canada and of this community or the community that you'll be working in, please understand that if you can't see it, if you can't see your goals and know what you want, you can't have it. And that includes being able to see who you are, how you're developing yourself, how sophisticated you have developed your personal view in life and your role in our society. It's easy, I think, to go through the motions and acquire things, including degrees. But the consciousness required for real leadership and wisdom requires that each citizen develops themselves as more complete and total human beings. I want to applaud you for all of your hard work and the pursuit of your dreams. Don't give up. Keep your momentum high. You have momentum right now. That's going to be symbolized as you come up here and receive your degree. The challenge of every president and CEO that I've ever worked with is how do they maintain the momentum of all the things that are happening in their organization. When people quit, when new hires come in, how are they introduced to the organization? What are the values? Do they have a complete, comprehensive framework of introduction of that individual? Are they made to feel welcome? This culture is a mysterious thing. It's almost as though you are seeing someone sage a teepee, for example. It wafts in the air. When that CEO leaves, that CEO takes much of the culture and attitude and perspective that they have delivered to the organization that they're in. And the transfer and how that transfer is done is a very, very mysterious process. And many organizations don't survive it. I'm sure this one will. I have watched so many organizations when private equity capital comes in and buys them. And it's a owner that has been there from the beginning. They have grown that organization out of their own heart and commitment to everyone that has helped them build the company. Understand your role in building the culture of the organizations you lead and how you bring the theory that you have learned in your degree into daily practice, not only as you fulfill the role of a manager, a vice president, a president, a chancellor, so that in fact you're aware of the shadow you cast as a leader and as a citizen of Canada. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for those remarks, Dr. Tanner. I now call upon Dr. Steve Grundy, Vice President, Academic and Provost, to present the Governor General's Gold Medal recipient to the Chancellor.
Thank you. The Governor General's Silver Medal and Gold Medal, established in 1873, are two of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. The Governor-General's Gold Medal is awarded to the graduating student who has presented the most outstanding thesis or graduate project this year. The recipient of the Governor-General's Gold Medal this year is from our Master of Arts in Tourism Management, Jason Christopher Alsop. Unfortunately, Jason is unable to attend today, but I do hope that he's watching online. Hello, Jason, and congratulations. Could I now ask the graduates to please rise for presentation to the Chancellor? Oh, good. Chancellor, I present to you this graduating class of Royal Roads University, on whom you have conferred the degrees, certificates, and diplomas to which they are entitled.
Thank you, Dr. Grundy. By virtue of the authority invested in me by the Board of Governors and on the recommendation of the Academic Council of the University, I have admitted each of you graduates to the credential for which you are entitled. I have invested you with all due rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. May you always be mindful of the motto of our university, living our learning.
Thank you. Please be seated. Chancellor and members of the Board of Governors, we will now present the graduates from their respective programs. We would also like to acknowledge those graduates watching from afar. I would like to introduce Dr. William Holmes to present the graduates from the Faculty of Management.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to present to you today graduates from our Master of Business Administration Executive Management program. Shannon Katrina Bailey. James Adam Coles. Mark Christopher Comerford. Sasha Galitsky. Mark James Greenberg. Nikki Lynn Clausen. Ted Wilson Memorial Award for Lifelong Learning. Farhan Anwarali Moladina. Colin Blaine Paul. Tyler James Pawsey. Lushan Lesanka Herrera Casadon Ruge. Rajwinder Sandhu. Sarah Jane Schmidt. Congratulations. Stacy Joy Stilling. Congratulations. Tom Elmer Taylor. Congratulations. Amy Villis. I'm now honored to present to you today graduates from our Masters of Business Administration, International Business, Asia Pacific Trade and Investment Program. Congratulations. Maria Jeannie Kim. I'm honored to present to you today graduates from our Master of Business Administration Executive Management Leadership Program. Congratulations. Marcy Lynn Cochran. Adrian Reese Darsantos. Congratulations. Elise Karen Erica Drayton. Congratulations. Thank you. Benjamin James Forsythe. Elizabeth Anna Gertrude King. Congratulations. Jacqueline Lee Kum Fo. Royal Roads University Founders Award. Congratulations. Andrew Scott Ryan Taylor. I'm honored to present to you today graduates from our Master of Business Administration, Executive Management, Management Consulting program. Congratulations. Yvonne Marie Agnon. Congratulations. Ian Robert Bonnell. Congratulations. Arvind Kaur Bapare. Congratulations. Amanda Corlett Davis. David Alberti Dixon. Congratulations. Ian Lloyd Johnsrud. Congratulations. Laura Lee March. Daniel Brock Young. I am now honored to present to you today graduates from our Master of Global Management program. Congratulations. Alexander Andrew Apple. Congratulations. Lee. Catherine Watera Mutahi. Congratulations. Ifeinwa Clara Nwankwo. I'm honored to present to you today graduates from our Bachelor of Arts in Global Tourism Management program. Congratulations. Victoria Dean, Hotel Association of Greater Victoria Award and President's Scholar Award. Yushin Du. Congratulations. Yang He. Congratulations. Allison Kathleen Lauren. Zhe Ting Magana Leung, Royal Roads University Entrance Award, Irving K. Barber One World Scholarship, Royal Roads University Chancellor's Award, Royal Roads University's Founders Award, and President's Scholar Award. Connor James Mooney, the Royal Roads University Student Association RUSA Award, and the Beadle Family Award. Mika Nakazawa. Congratulations. Mayu Otsuji. James Charles Caskey Polk, President's Scholar Award. Congratulations. Craig Warren Randall. Dick Hai Sin, President's Scholar Award. Congratulations. Hao Yi Song. Congratulations. Shi Zi Song. Gabriella Turpin. Congratulations. Laura Lindley Fieser. Congratulations. Marina Wada, Royal Roads University Founders Award. Congratulations. Courtney Lee Walsh. Thank you. Congratulations. Dee Wu. Congratulations. Tai Hao Zheng. Congratulations. Zhe Wen Wang. I'm now honored to present to you today graduates from our Bachelor of Arts in International Hotel Management program. Congratulations. Wei Wen Chen. Zheyu Chen. Congratulations. Kyla Marie Chereau, President's Scholar Award. Congratulations. Ruling Du. Monica Mona Gorbenpour. Congratulations. Yakun Guo. Congratulations. Adeline Hadajanto. Sheikhi Komiya, Royal Roads University Founders Award and President's Scholar Award. Ngok Bao Tran Lee. Huan Xin Lee. Junting Lee. Congratulations. Zhitong Liu. Congratulations. Terrence Minkit Luk. Leon Kun Liu. Congratulations. Shi Chiang Ma. Congratulations. Thank you. Sin Tin Mac. Jenny Louise Mitchell, Royal Roads University Entrance Award and President's Scholar Award. Nafisa Shahadat, the Royal Roads University Student Association RUSA Award. Congratulations. Jingjing Song. Congratulations. Yi Son Tien.
Thank you.
Nuojin Wan. Congratulations. Yu Yi Wang. Wang. Congratulations. Yu Wei Wang. Cheng Jing. Congratulations. Zhuoma Yongsa, Founders Award. Congratulations. Fan Su Yu. Jiayin Zhang. Bo Zhang. Congratulations. Sabir Ziganshin. Yuanxing Cao. Thank you. Congratulations. Haohua Chen. I'm now honored to present to you today graduates from our Bachelor of Commerce in Entrepreneurial Management program. Congratulations. Aznekachu Asefa. Congratulations. Leslie Joanne Barrow. Congratulations. Sarah Macrina Campbell, the Association of Women in Finance Scholarship. Congratulations. Matthew Cameron Kunis. Congratulations. Jordan Darrell Erickson. Congratulations. Suzanne Caitlin Ellis. Congratulations. Jose Rafael Galdames. Congratulations. Robert Christopher Granat. Congratulations. Miko Gabriela Hedl, the Entrepreneurial Mindset Award. Congratulations. Rachel Shannon Irwin.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Tyler Rourke Yarshevsky.
Congratulations.
John William Johansson.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Paul Lauren Kendall, President's Scholar Award, Royal Roads University Founders Award.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Robert Andrew Gary Kanazak.
Congratulations.
Gabriel Lalonde.
Congratulations.
Scott Tristan Mars.
Congratulations.
Diana Lynn Needham.
Congratulations.
Courtney Jane Patton.
Congratulations.
Emma Siobhan Payne.
Congratulations.
James Stephen Pringle.
Congratulations.
Mandeep Rai. Christy Jane CJ Scott.
Congratulations.
Kyla Christine Smith, Royal Roads University Founders Award.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Graydon William Stewart.
Congratulations. Yes.
Peter Williamson.
Congratulations.
Graham William Wrigley.
Congratulations.
Lewis Patterson Falconer McKay.
Congratulations. Thanks, man.
Jamie Scott Furman.
Congratulations.
Thorin Gerald Brown. And now, I'm honored to present to you today graduates from our Graduate Certificate in Executive Coaching program.
Congratulations.
Patricia Myrtle Bourne.
Congratulations.
Anne Christine Hamilton.
Congratulations.
Christine Margaret McCauley.
Congratulations.
Mary D.W. Shing.
Congratulations.
Eva Camille Van Krugel. Gina Catherine Vanderham. Congratulations. Karen Nancy Ward. I'm now honored to present to you today graduates from our Graduate Certificate in Strategic Human Resources Management program. Congratulations. Christine Lorna Johnson. Congratulations. Charlene Bernice Jordan Jones. I now call upon Peter Dueck to present the graduates from the School of Leadership Studies. Congratulations.
So the following graduates are from our School of Leadership Studies in the Faculty of Social and Applied Sciences. Madam Chancellor, on behalf of Dean Bridget Harris, I'm honored to present to you graduates from our Master of Arts in Leadership program. Arlene Lawley, Teresa Andrew. Elizabeth Ann Bartz. Robbie Daniel Charron. Susan Carroll Craig Beganic. Laura Lindsay Darrell. Julie Louise Dutt. Norman Edward Ellis. Peter Kevin Jamberardino. Jacqueline Cheryl McGonaghy. Cheryl Marie Jean-Paul. Linda Joy Knight. Glenn Stephen Kyle. Andrew Norman McIver. Kenneth Gerald Markin. Okay. Jessica Lee Morin. Linda Elizabeth Mueller. Heather Joyce Nelson. Keo Ronald Parsons. Justin Albert Robinson. Carolyn Teresa Shire. Brian Season. Keith Jonathan Smythe. Monica Mengling Tsai. A winner of the Royal Roads University Entrance Award, Chelsea Turpin. Rachel Lynn Warwick. Now, Madam Chancellor, I'm honored to present to you graduates from our Master of Arts in Leadership Health program. Sasha Elizabeth Arsenault. Kerry Robert Bales. Lisa Becky Beckwick. A winner of the Eric C. Douglas Center for Entrepreneurship Scholarship, Carolyn Page Brandley. Stacy Denise Christensen. Lori Ann Danielson. Cale Clinton Field. Rhonda Ruth Findlater. Sheena Dawn Grimes. Andrea Brietta Margaret Groff. John Llewellyn Heathcote. Genevieve Lee Fladish. Lisa Michelle Kelly. Flavia Oliveira Mandich. A winner of the Gwen Locke MA in Leadership Scholarship, Brenda Loreen McKnight. Jennifer Dawn Nielsen. Sandra Lynn Robinson. Lisa Marie Rose Turnaway. Gail Elaine Van Eggs. And Lindsay Erin Wozni. And that's it for our graduates this afternoon. We have something special for you now. We would like to share with you a reminder of today's celebratory experience, something to cherish for now and in your memory for years to come, visual souvenirs.
Well, you made it. A lot of smiles on on those scenes. It is a sense of completion and accomplishment, and you all deserve to be recognized, not only the people who are graduating, but the people who stand in the audience supporting people as they went through. I hope you realize that your connection with Royal Roads is just beginning. You have an opportunity to participate as an alumni, joining some 28,000 alumni across the world who are committed to making this place a better place, an educational institution that is responsive to the communities. I hope that those connections that you've made in your cohorts and your class remain with you. build on those. I hope you feel pride in what you've been able to do. For us, at this end of on the platform, it's just a pleasure to see the excitement of people, a variety of programs and a variety of experiences come across the stage with that sense of achievement and accomplishment. And that's really what, from us, is the value of this experience. I have had the privilege of watching people come across the stage for the last 11 and a half years as president of Royal Roads University. And as some of you know, this is my last convocation as president. And I'm going back to my passion, which is teaching university students in the classroom. Come next convocation, I will once again be cheering graduates, but as a professor in the back of the stage. I look forward to both the opportunity and the challenge, and again, from learning from the students. It's been my great honor to serve this university, to be part of its development and its success. And I want to thank my colleagues who have helped me as colleagues and staff and faculty for your support, for my colleagues on the executive. You know, and the students, it's really about you and the consideration and the opportunity, the privilege that we have of being part of your educational journey. So, thank you. I just have a request, and the request would be that the graduates now demonstrate what they've learned. It's been a pretty personal experience, taking in information. Dr. Tanner talked about self a lot in terms of your experience, and that's great. It's a privilege to be able to learn in an environment which is safe to do so. But I would ask you to demonstrate the value of the learning now by what you do, what you choose to do personally and professionally and in your communities. So can I ask the graduates to please rise? I'd like to ask family, friends, colleagues, staff to salute you for your accomplishments today. Congratulations. And graduates, while you're standing, I invite you to applaud your family, friends, faculty, and staff who have helped you along the way. Thank you, and good luck to you all. Thank you.
Well, thank you one and all. That concludes this afternoon's convocation ceremony. So please remain standing at your seats until the academic platform party has exited the theater.